Hello, welcome to our AFC win total show. We're going to be going through the conference, East, North, South, West. You guys know that if you're tuning in. You got to be a pretty diehard fan to find this freaking podcast. So you definitely know the divisions. So we made an NFC show that'll be coming out within the next few days, week. But this is the AFC show, so we're going to be going through a lot of the best teams: the Bills, the Chiefs, the Ravens, whatnot. We'll be giving our division picks, the over/under totals for each team, who we think is going to make it to the conference championship, and eventually who's going to make it to the Super Bowl. So we're going to start in the AFC East, but first I want to introduce my fellow colleagues. Michael Peters in the top left. I keep saying that, but you guys might see him on different parts of the screen. Regardless, Mike Peters is in this chat. He was here for the golf picks.
He's in the hizzy.
He is. He's in the hizzy. He was in the golf hizzy also that we were doing for a few weeks.
Also in the golf hizzy.
Time and schedules just didn't work out, but that'll be coming back next year. That'll be roaring back next year. I can't fucking.
We still had those dubs anyway. We had two.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we did. We hit big. Don't worry. We hit Cam Davis. We brought in a few, but I can't wait for that next year.
Celtics.
Who?
Taco Fall to the Celtics.
He's back. Oh no, we lost him. All right, the 7-6 is gone. Regardless, so he's here, our golf guy, Mr. Pete's, ripping his little jewel. We got James Brickley, with his little stupid Yankees thing in the back.
Hell yeah, brother.
Then we got guitar back there, and then we got Big Riles, Jake Riley, ready to roll here. Everyone here is ready to roll before their picks come through. But we all have favorite teams in the AFC regardless. So we're going to start here in the AFC East. We're going to start with the first team is the Buffalo Bills, coming with 11 wins. They had a great year last year. Josh Allen popped. The defense was okay, but the offense was it with Brian Daboll as the coordinator, who didn't get a job. Kind of shocking to me, but that's a different conversation for a different day. They're projected 11 wins. The Dolphins should be really good. The Patriots should be better, and the Jets should be, I think, better. Is 11 too high for the Bills? What do we think, Brick? You're making a little smirk over there. What do we think about the Buffalo Bills at 11 wins this year? They're also minus 150 to win a division, which is also, I mean, if you like them, it's not too bad. But I don't know. I can't even picture them.
I hate Josh Allen.
Yeah, but
I hate McDermott or whatever the fuck his name is.
Great.
But they won how many games? They won 12 games, I believe, last year.
I think so, yeah. 12 or 13, one of those numbers. I don't remember.
And I believe their roster improved. So simply put, with an extra game as well.
Who'd they hit? I'm asking sincerely. I have no idea.
It didn't get worse. Their coaching improved. They got a year together. They probably got some fucking draft picks. They didn't get worse. They got better.
What'd you say, Per?
Diggs. They added Vernon Butler, Mario Addison. I don't know if they added. I feel like he was. No, they added him.
Well, when I say better, I just think Josh Allen's going to be better. They're more.
Yeah,
they
I
brought
think
some
they
guys.
added. They
guys.
didn't lose anyone. They kept the core.
Yeah, they kept it all together.
I like that a lot. What's the number they have again?
11. They did bring some guys in. Josh Norman too. We'll see what he got left. But
when I first saw it, this looked low. I'm going to go over.
Over for the Bills. All right. Jake, what do we think here, man? A division rival for you?
I mean, listen, I'm obviously not a fan of them. Obviously, I hate every team in this league, in this division, as a Jets fan, as we all should.
Oh, they got Sanders.
They got Emmanuel Sanders, yeah. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, as much as I hate Josh Allen, he's the real deal. Man's built like a linebacker. He can run. He's got a fucking cannon of an arm. I mean, they're a really good team. The only weakness they have on the offense is the running backs. But at the end of the day, that doesn't really give a shit. Doesn't mean anything. So I think they're probably going to win 12, 13 games again this year. They're going to be right in with the Chiefs and other teams for the top of the AFC crown. I mean, I feel like they are a pretty safe bet to win this division again.
All right, Peters, what do we think of the Bills?
Hell yeah. They're 13-3 last year. Like Brick said, they only got better. Don't say they got worse. I don't think they had any key injuries. They definitely got better. And Josh Allen's a stud. I think the Patriots got worse, and they're going to beat the Dolphins and the Jets. So over. That's a low number, I think.
I mean, yeah, I guess over, but I don't have a strong feeling about it. I think the Dolphins and the Patriots are good. I think the Jets will be better. So,
but we're all over.
Yeah, 12-5 is it doable? I don't know. Yeah, I'll go over. Why not? I think it's a very tough number. I can see it going under with the competition kind of improving in the AFC. All right, so moving on. Let's take out 4 overs for the Bills. I will not be betting that for the record. Dolphins coming in at 9.5 wins, plus 325 to win the division. Plus 20. Oh, by the way, the Bills are only plus 650 to win the conference. That just seems absurd, but I guess they're that good. Dolphins are 22 to 1 to win the conference. I think they go under. I loved Tua out of the draft. I was pissed when my team didn't get him. We'll get to my team later.
Oh, by the way, he's a Charger fan. That's hard to believe since there's probably less than 1,000 out there in the world. I know, ladies and gentlemen, that probably shocked to your ears. Somehow he's a motherfucker in New York that's a Charger fan.
Die hard.
Putting that out there to the world.
And I wanted Tua.
Yes.
I
has not been put
Tua
out there yet, and that is a need to know basis, I feel like. The audience.
We'll get to them later.
About
we got them down.
This non-biased Charger opinion.
I got my non-biased opinion coming up later. Don't worry. But the Dolphins, I just think they go slightly under. Their D's really good. I love their coach, but Tua just didn't do it for me last year. Jake, Tua, what do we think, man? Like, he just didn't. People are like, he'll improve. He's got Jalen Waddle now. I don't know, man. It didn't look good, man. It didn't look like the eye test. He didn't pass the eye test for me at all.
There are 2 things for me that I can list right now that should tell you that they don't trust Tua. One, Ryan Fitzpatrick had to bail them out of a lot of games last year. He was basically their 4th quarter guy. I get it, Tua as a rookie, but you know,
but I get what you're saying.
I don't think that showed they didn't really trust him like any other rookie quarterback. You leave him in those spots. It worked out for them last year. It was a really smart call this year, not being able to do that. And number 2, they are very rumored to be in on Watson, Deshaun Watson. And he has a obviously very checkered off season with everything that he has been accused of. No need to go into that. If you're a football fan, you know what's good with that. So they did not look like they trust him whatsoever. And listen, they have, as you said, a great defense, a great coach. I think that they're going to win 8 or 9 games. I don't think they're going to get double digits. So I'm going to go with the under as well.
Brooke, what do we think here with Tua and the whole offense? They got a good defense. We know that. Does that carry them over this number?
Yeah, I'm right there with you guys. I think they benefited greatly by a really weak schedule last year. So I don't see it for the Dolphins. I think they'll be okay. They'll be a 500 team. I like their coach too, but under 9.5.
Mike, you tagging along? You jumping on this train, or is it going to be an over?
What's the number? 9?
9.5. They're asking for a double-digit win season out of Tua, and I don't like what I saw out of him. That's enough for me to.
Let me just quickly go back to the previous season where they got 10 wins. 9, yeah, they'll do it. Sure, over
9.5 though. You got to get 10.
Yes, I'm not playing for halves, and then I'd say push.
All right, we got 10. So Mike's in for the over and a couple unders. Patriots are also 9.5. Just made the move, releasing Cam for people got all sorts of weird reasons why. I think they're releasing because he sucks personally, but they have all sorts of stupid reasons why. That's a different conversation. But 9.5. I don't know, man. Bill Belichick, they squeaked out 7 or 8 wins last year with Cam. They added a ton of players.
Wait, who's Mac Jones?
He's QB from Alabama.
Who the fuck is Matt Jones?
First round pick. He's going to be good, I think. That's what it sounds
I've been saying Mac.
I don't know. He's going to be good. But regardless, I think Bill and Mac are going to get double-digit wins. I just do.
What?
Dude, they added so many guys this offseason.
Who's the backup quarterback?
He just watched Brady win the Super Bowl, man. He's fucking fuming, dude.
They got nobody at backup.
Nobody. They have nothing. All you need is for one poor bastard on the Saints to get paid an extra $50K to take him out for the season, and that guy's doing it. And then goodbye.
Listen.
I saw they're expected to bring Hoyer back. I don't know if that's a big deal or not, but
it don't matter.
Mac Jones gonna play. I don't even like Mac Jones that much, to be honest. But regardless, give me Bill. Give me that defense that you know is gonna be really good. Give me the weapons he had. He's got a goddamn plan, dude. It didn't seem like Mac Jones had a great arm. You know why they drafted him? Look at who Bill added. He has Hunter Henry.
How many starts did he have at Alabama?
Where are they going? They're going to the middle of the field, and they're pounding with Damian Harris.
More than
right
4.
to his strength. They are going to make it work. Give me the Patriots.
Over what? I'm sorry.
Over 9.5. One of you guys go.
Oh, yeah. Under 9.5. Under 9.5 for the Patriots.
Under.
Screw that.
Hunter Henry's out multiple weeks.
I understand you have the best coach in the league, but he's been hot for a pretty long time, and he's got Mac Jones. God forbid anything happens.
Nothing is happening.
Nah.
Listen, it's time. It is time that the Pats have a goddamn bust. I think Mac Jones can be serviceable. He ain't going to be nothing special. I think that I know too many Patriot fans who are really obsessed with the kid. And listen, he has a dad bod, so did Brady coming out. Who gives a fuck? They're going like 7-10, maybe 8-9 because they got a good defense. Every skill player they added is basically nothing special. They got a fucking, they're all right. I think that, the AFC as a whole plays a tougher schedule this year.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to last year. So I think that the Pats and Mac Jones will get exposed. And I think Bill Belichick is kind of dwindling down on his career. I feel like he's going to want to get out soon, especially if Mac is not that good. He'll probably want to get out in a couple of years. So I'm going to hammer the under on the Pats. I think that.
Yeah, I agree. I think better than last year. I'm just not sure how much better. I think maybe 2 wins better. That's about it. Like Jake said, like their weapons, they added weapons, but they're nothing special. And Zach and Mac Jones, like we saw how important Tom Brady was to that team. I don't see them making a huge jump forward. I'll go under. I think max 9 wins.
Wow, I disagree with all 3 of you vehemently. I think they're gonna get double-digit wins. I think they'll be competing with the Bills. Give me the over easily. All right, you guys can take the floor here because this is your shitty fucking team. So you can talk about these idiots.
All right, I'll start right away. Obviously, this is the Super Bowl favorite coming into the year.
Yep.
Best quarterback in the league, best head coach in the league. But if we're being realistic, what's our spread? 5.5?
Oh, let me get that in there.
6.
The Jets spread is Jesus Christ. Over under is 6.
That's not bad. I honestly thought it was gonna be like 4.5, 5. So they're giving a little respect.
What's going on with that offense? They got Wilson, they got Corey Davis, they got guys. Michael Carter.
They got guys.
Tucker and Becton. Those are big boys right there, man.
Listen, they got guys. I really think this is probably the best we've had. We have a good future, which has not been the case for the past couple of years. I think Zach Wilson is our guy. Everything that man has been saying in interviews has been good. Great preseason.
Fuck the interviews.
Hey, listen.
How he does on the field.
Yeah, exactly.
Lynch.
He just looks like a good quarterback that is going to stick around with us. We got a great head coach. But listen, at the end of the day, we're still the youngest football team in this league by a lot.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get 4 or 5 wins. Maybe if Zach Wilson is a stud right away, we can get 7 or 8. But our defense is a little thin from injuries. We lost our best defensive player, in my opinion, honestly. Carl Lawson. We lost another another linebacker. Our secondary is young, which I like, but is still a little iffy. So I think we'll probably get around 5 wins, 6 wins. So either an under push, but I mean, as a Jet fan, I'm excited for the future, but the AFC East is too stacked right now for us to really do anything yet. So I'll go with the under.
The most optimistic I can be is we got a bunch of question marks. Quarterback's a question mark, left tackle, receiver. Everything's young. Everything's unproven. We have no idea. Head coach too. So that's, I mean, you're crazy. If you're, as a Jet fan, you're crazy if you're betting over 6 wins. You're just crazy.
What do you think of Robert Saleh?
I like him. He's not really an X's and O's guy, so we'll see. He's a rah-rah guy.
That's good.
Yeah, could be good, but
I love our offensive coordinator, though. LaFleur, I like it.
Yeah, but again, he's another unproven guy. Never called before.
Exactly. Listen, I like that we're going with unproven over status quo, Chan Gailey, those type of old motherfuckers who've been in the league. I like giving this new guy a chance because who knows if it works, it's going to be really good. But, I mean, I agree with you that I'm one of the more optimistic Jet fans. But, you know, we're tough division, tough AFC in general, too. AFC is really good this year.
And like you said, we're the youngest team in football.
Yeah. We're looking really good for the future, but this year I'll be happy with 5 to 7 wins. I would say we're probably going to go 5. So I'll take the under.
Yep.
Mike, do you agree with your compadres?
Yeah, they summed it up pretty well. I'm not going to say anything against that. They suck, the Jets. I think they're like the Lions under.
All right. Yeah, I guess I agree with you guys. I mean, I'm kind of excited for Zach Wilson. I want to see what he does, but yeah, 7 wins seems like a lot for them to pass. I know it's 6, but you want to win. So
you want to win the bet. 7 is a pretty good number when we won fucking 2 games last year.
Yeah.
5 game jump. That's tough.
And I'd say on the
surface, we're young.
I'd say on the surface as the quarterback downgrade. Like people shit on Darnold, but you guys know I love Darnold. So
I can definitely see that, but I don't know. I like our future, but there's no need to be a really over optimistic Jet fan for this year. I just want to see the kid play well. I just want to see good coaching, no tomfoolery like last year. I just want to see good vibes for the future.
We're 2 to 3 years away, like we've been for the last decade.
Yeah, but we were set back the past 2 to 3 years. I don't think we're going to be set back too much longer. I think we actually can get shit rolling.
Hopefully.
I hope. Yeah, I mean, I think have a better chance to do it now than we've had in decade probably. So.
Let's move on from the Jets.
What do you say?
Move on from the Jets.
Yeah.
It sounds like a very depressing topic for our Jet fan. We're expecting some misery. All right, so I guess we're going under for the Jets. Over Bills, we're kind of split on the Dolphins. 3-1 on the Pats and all unders on the Jets. Okay, we're
Bills division.
Yeah, I think we all got the Bills, right?
Well, I guess Gunn and I'm taking the Bills, but I'm betting the Patriots plus 350 to win the division. No doubt about it.
That's not a bad bet.
Gun in my head.
I understand it. You know, it's definitely worth it to take that risk, but
like gun
the
in my
Bills
head,
are pretty obvious pick here.
If it's straight up, I'm obviously going to pick the Bills. But plus 350, I'll take my chances with the Patriots getting it going on offense with that defense that you know is going to be decent to really good. It was even good last year. It was just they couldn't score points. I mean, if Mac Jones is decent, I trust Bill. And late in games, man, if they're in a fucking grudge match 16-13 with Buffalo in December, oh, you know Bill's going to make it happen. He's going to fucking win that game. So I like the Bills straight up, but betting it, I'm going to put money on the Patriots plus 350. All right, AFC North. Interesting division, no doubt about it. 3 solid teams. One of those solid teams might not be as good this year because they got an old quarterback. And then there's that 4th team that's been the bottom feeder for a long time, but they seem pretty up and coming. So let's get right to it. Let's start with the Ravens. They're getting 10.5 for their over-under. I think they're going way over. I think Lamar is going to have a sick year in terms of his passing. I think that this is the year. I believe it's his 4th year, 30, whatever it is. He's had a few years in the NFL now. He's a great runner. I think that there's going to be some level of improvement. There's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be a huge leap, but I think that in terms of his passing, there's going to be a little bit of a switch that gets flipped for him. I think there's something coming for Lamar in terms of his passing numbers. And I think that would make a world of difference if the Ravens can add a threat, which would further open up the field for him and sadly no Dobbins, but Gus Edwards to start prancing through the hole. So I love the Ravens over the half. Also, their defense is great. And their special teams and their coach and all that. But I love the Ravens over 10.5 in this division. It's probably going to be a bet of mine. Jake, the Ravens this year, Lamar, that defense, they added Rashad Bateman. They still got Mark Andrews. Dobbins is hurt, whatever. Their O-line's always solid. What do we think? 10.5. Is that too high?
I mean, week one, Sammy Watkins, just putting it out there. One of the most dangerous person in football.
So
week one, Sammy Watkins. But no, I mean, listen, Lamar, he gets a lot of hate. He's called a running back. The man is electric when he's on the field. That MVP season he had a couple years back, I mean, that was insane to watch. The guy absolutely dominated. Yeah, last year he had the shit game. He had, like, they adjusted to him a little more. But I think, as you said, he's really going to bounce back. Obviously, their defense, special teams, coach, still all very consistent, very good. So I would definitely say that they're going to go over.
Over
10.5, yeah.
Mike, in our fantasy draft at the barn, Big 12 team league, biggest league in the country, obviously. We were at that turn at the 5-6, and there was that little Lamar Kyler debate. And you and another fellow that I won't name seemed to lean towards that other quarterback, Kyler Murray.
We lean toward he who shall not be named leaned toward Kyler.
Will this affect your 10.5 pick?
I was willing to risk Lamar. I wanted Lamar. I think Lamar's a savage. I think Lamar's going to run all over the field, and he just throws touchdowns the whole time. I think he's the best quarterback, highest point-scoring quarterback. And they're going to be my division pick, so I'm definitely going over. I like the Ravens a lot. I mean, Lamar's sick. I'm pretty sure they're young and fast, which always works. Big fan of the Ravens, man. They're over. I don't even know what number the fuck you said, but they're over it. What was the number?
10.5. Oh, yeah, I think you're going over.
Over it. They're way over it. They're like, I think they're like Bucks numbers. Brady. Who else was around? The Packers. Packers are probably around 12. I think they're equivalent teams, and they're definitely Lamar Jackson's definitely going to run them down to the playoffs. So yeah, over.
Rick, are you telling along us three, or are you going a different direction? Are you zagging when we all zag?
I am going to zag here.
I knew it.
Oh, he's going with a zag.
Yeah, you guys know how I feel about Lamar. I am not a fan of him. We saw what happened in Buffalo last year.
Ugly.
Oh, yeah, it's ugly. Just make him throw. That's all you got to do. Make him throw. I think Vegas is crazy for favoring them in this division over the Browns. Let me just look at their schedule real quick. I like the Browns roster better than theirs. I think Lamar takes a step back. I'm going to go under.
All right, so now
in 17 games.
Yep.
11-6. 11-6.
What they win 11 last year?
They went 11-5.
Yeah. I don't see it getting better. I just don't. I think the jig's out on how to beat Lamar. And I think just like Cam Newton, the same thing's gonna happen.
I don't know. Lamar will be beaten, I feel like, by Lamar and his age. If he gets an injury, he'll be beaten, but he's proven he can beat people with his speed and ability to run already. I don't think the league's gotten any faster. Probably the same speed.
It comes down to him improving his arm. That's what it is to me.
That's what it comes down
to. It's probably something he's done because he's an older quarterback.
I trust their coaching staff. I trust the guys they've drafted in terms of how they evaluate talent. I think that there's a little something in the tank for Lamar that's going to come out eventually. Hopefully it's this year. All right. So you were talking about the Browns, Brick.
Yeah.
They're 10.5. So
I'm going over.
You're going over. All right, let's hear it.
I think they are absolutely stacked. They have players everywhere. They added Clowney. They're loaded on defense. They got a run game. They got Odell. I've always been a huge fan of Odell. He should be back healthy. I'm not sure which week he's coming back, but I think
he's gonna start.
Yeah, I'm
is
pretty
it
sure
week one
now?
Mm-hmm. I think he'll be back week one.
Oh wow, okay. So yeah, the only question with them is going to be the quarterback, and I haven't seen anything from Baker to make me say, oh, he's going to get in the way. I think he'll have a solid year. They're going to run the ball. That's what they do with this new head coach. I think they're really loaded. They're my pick to win.
All right, so we go to the Browns, and Brick likes them to win a division, and I'm guessing that means the over too, right?
Oh yeah,
10.5. Jake, are you on the same wavelength as Brick when it comes to the Browns of Cleveland? I don't know if I am. I'm a little torn, but what do you think?
I mean, this is an obvious playoff team. They're loaded everywhere. I think the Ravens still are going to be better. I think that the Browns still, as a football team, as its history over the past 15 years, they still sometimes will lose some games where they probably should win. I think Baker sometimes he is more likely to have a bad game compared to Lamar. So 10.5, I think it's a perfect number for them. I think they're going to go 10-7. They'll be the wild card team. I think they're going to make some noise in the playoffs. They're definitely a sneaky pick to get to the conference championship game this year. So I'm going to go under by a half a game, but I definitely can see where Brick is coming from. I think it's a very smart pick on his part, but since I like the Ravens more, I'm obviously going to go Ravens over, Browns under. So,
Mike, do you think Baker Mayfield's frequent commercials and not focusing on playing the fucking game he gets paid to play for might affect them? Because I think it will.
What you mean, like?
Listen, I love his commercials. I think they're hilarious. But
what's Russell Wilson? He's got some shit ass commercials.
I never see him on television.
He looks like such a bitch when he does.
What commercials is he on?
It's just like, here's Russell Wilson. Let's make him look like a bitch. That's what I think his commercials are. It's like how much money can we give Russell Wilson to be the biggest pussy that he could possibly be? And he just takes any mad dollar possible. He's like, oh, you want me to do this? I'll wear a fucking bunny suit and I'll walk down an alleyway and get to beat the fuck up. He will do anything for those shitty commercials. Baker, I've never seen a bad commercial from Baker.
I agree. I think
never seen one.
Too much time.
And it's because people look at Baker and they're like, yo, you could just be yourself on TV. That's fine. But Russell, you suck. You have no personality. We don't know who the fuck you are. We're just gonna make you look like an asshole. And Mike, for that reason, I'm gonna go Ravens and Browns under. It makes no sense at all. But
you're taking both of them under.
But what?
You're taking them both
under. I'm sorry. Ravens over, Browns under, because I think the Ravens are gonna win the whole division. So Browns can just skedaddle. But that's my piece, I guess.
I was saying that a little facetiously in terms of his commercials. I don't actually rate that in, but I do. Under.
I do. They're called. Look, I see. That's another thing. I said the community of Seattle isn't gonna. I said that the community is not gonna do well They're just in a weird place over there mentally. And their leader is a bitch. They're not going to win. They're just not going to win. No way.
But
not with that guy.
Yeah, I mean, the Browns are loaded, though. I mean, they are, but
they are. I have Nick Chubb, so they better be sick. They really better be good. But I mean, what was the number? 10?
10.5.
And a half under. That's that. I'm fine with that. Bengals aren't going to.
I think the AFC is too good. I don't see them winning 11 games. I think they're going to play too many tough teams. The Steelers will be formidable. The Bengals will be better, and the Bengals play the Browns tough. At least they did last year. I don't know. I'm going to lean under, but I get the overs. I get where you guys are coming from because I know their roster is really good. I like Baker.
Not you guys. It's only Brick. Brick's the only over out of us.
I thought both of you did. Regardless, I get Brick. I get where you're coming from, Brick. In terms of going over 10.5, I just don't. I don't know, man. This is a tough one. This is one of the toughest ones, I think, because 11-6 for this roster shouldn't be that difficult, but they're going to play a decent amount of tough competition because they're in the AFC and they're going to face a lot of them. And I'm not sure who their crossover division is in terms of the NFC, but
it's the North. Oh, well, for the one game, it's the North.
It could be the West.
If it's the West,
it might be the West.
But I'm going to lean under with this game. I get it. Their defense, they got a lot of weapons.
Is it Baker for you guys? Is that why you guys are – because you all said the roster's sick. It's Baker?
I like him, but I don't think he moves the needle. Like I don't think he's a guy that can take them to win 13 games. And they don't have to win 13. They can win 11. I get that. But when you look at the teams that I don't know what their schedule is off the top of my head. I have not looked at it, but
it starts out light. I mean, their first game's against the Chiefs, but after that, it's pretty light.
Name them.
Texans, Bears, Vikings, Chargers, Cardinals, Broncos, Steelers, Bengals, Patriots, Lions.
That is pretty fucking light. That's the lightest schedule I've seen.
Yeah, I didn't hear any
Ravens twice, then the Raiders, Packers, Steelers, Bengals. It's a very doable schedule.
Dude, I might have to flip based on the information that I've just been given. How much? It was 10?
10.5.
They got to win 11 games.
They went 11-5 last year. Like, why wouldn't they do it again?
And they improved, in my opinion. They
fuck it. I'm switching. I'm going.
The coach might be the deal breaker. Stefanski.
I like him a lot.
Man.
Yeah.
He's good. That might be good.
It's not even like they give the ball to Baker a lot, dude. They run the ball a lot.
And they have fucking Nick Chubb, who's dope.
He's a stud, and Kareem Hunt, who's a stud.
Yeah, they have stud running back.
But if the Ravens and the Browns goes over, what does that mean for the Steelers and the Bengals?
Not good.
Yeah,
I kind of like Pittsburgh, man.
Well, I don't like Cincinnati, and I'm not in on the Steelers, even though I do have Juju.
Yeah, I don't see Cincy. I see Cincy being like
Steelers went 12-4 last year. I just think they're gonna do worse than that. What number are they?
That was a fluke.
Yeah, they lost like the last 5 games of the season, but they lost like 4 of the last 5. They were horrible. They were like 11-0 Pittsburgh, then they fell off the map. But I see the Bengals more of a poor man's Cardinals, where they'll be good for fantasy and people will like them, but they're not gonna win games.
Fuck Joe
Burrow. Steelers, I don't know. The Steelers, I can. All right, I'll go under because I do like.
Wait, what is the line for the Steelers?
8.5.
All right, so Browns under for me. You guys are all going over. The Steelers are 8.5.
12-4 to 8.5.
The Steelers are 8.5. I get it. Ben is old, and I don't really like Ben that much, but I think their defense is so good. I think the kid Najee Harris is supposed to be a freak this year. Their O-line lost a couple of guys, so it might not be as good.
O-line's going to be a problem.
Yeah, that could be an issue. But they got they got 3 good receivers. They have a really good running back. They have a good coach. They have a great defense, and they have a vet. Ben may be old, but he's still a veteran. So
he's big, though.
He is big. That's why they call him Big Ben. But I lean over, and that's why I don't see the Browns. I don't see this division being one of those like 12 wins, 11 wins, 10 wins, like one of those stacked like NFC West divisions. I see it as the Browns are still relatively undisciplined, especially in the penalty department. They always commit penalties. At least I don't know about it last year, but I know 2 years ago they were really bad with it. But I just see Pittsburgh as that veteran team. They added Melvin Ingram, which is a huge addition to an already amazing pass rush. I see Pittsburgh getting over 500. I don't see them being 8-9. I see them getting to that 9-10 win number. And I don't know if I see the Browns breaking their numbers. So I'm going to go over with the Steelers. Jake, when it comes to Pittsburgh, what are we thinking for this season?
I would probably agree with you as well. I mean, listen, the Steelers, unlike the Browns, they have a great culture, winning culture. They're expected to win. Browns fans, they're used to it now, but this is the first time they've been good since they've been the goddamn, Baltimore Colts or whatever the fuck it was. I don't even know. Like, they haven't been good in a while. So I think that, they haven't been good since the 90s. So I think the Steelers are going to get to 10 wins. I think they're going to be tied with the Browns at 10. So obviously I'm going to go with the over for that. And I mean, listen, Big Ben, yeah, he's old, but he still has a great cast around him. 3 great receivers, great running back, or he should be great. You never know, rookie running backs takes them a little bit to get going, but he should be a stud. They got a great defense, good coach, good culture there in Pittsburgh. So I think the over should hit. I can't see them tanking out just yet.
All right, Brick, then Mike, tell me what you think of the Steelers.
So I picked them to win last year, and I was right. And I'm still high on them, but it's mainly for the reasons Jake just said. It's the culture. It's Big Ben, Mike Tomlin. There's nothing. I mean, there's a lot of concerns roster-wise, especially with the offensive line. Receiver, I mean, Juju's pretty good, but outside of that, there's not a whole lot to like. And I'm looking at their schedule now, and it's tough out of the gate. It's Buffalo, it's Green Bay, Seattle. So they got a few tough games out of the gate. So that could, their run is coming to an end, obviously. So that tough start to the schedule could, fast track the end. But I'm gonna lean over just because I trust Tomlin, I trust Big Ben. And that's kind of what they do. They just win double-digit games. That's what they do every year. So I'll go over.
All right, Mike, what do we think?
What was the number? I heard it was 8.
8.5.
8.5. Like, it's this, I think, was the biggest differential from last season to this season.
Because it feels very low.
12-4, and they just dropped to 8.5. So either Big Ben is able to pull it together and just play through the whole season, no problem. And if that's the case, then they have a shot to do that again. I really don't know how much faith I have in Big Ben, and who the hell's their backup?
I don't even know.
Joshua Dobbs, maybe.
Dwayne Haskins.
And I feel like the Pittsburgh Steelers have had to go through a few games without Big Ben multiple times in the past.
And it was rough.
Yeah, they don't win. I don't know. I think I'm going to go under. I really think I'm going to go under.
Yeah.
Steelers
Mike,
under.
I agree with a lot of what you said. Because Big Ben is really, it's less the roster for me. It's more is Ben just done? Like, is it over?
Yeah, he's the only one there.
So, I mean, he didn't look great last year by any stretch of the imagination. But, I mean,
he looked good early, but he ran out of steam was what happened. That's
a problem, though. That's it. But he seems motivated. He seems locked in. I trust the coach. I'm going to stick with the over. All right, the last team in this division is the Bengals, who are very interesting because they got 3 nice weapons. They have a really good running back, and they got a quarterback off an ACL who's still very hyped up, as he should be. Defense, we'll see. It doesn't look to be pretty good. Probably the bottom of the league. O-line should be okay. Probably still below average. We'll see what happens there. I kind of like their coach, Zach Taylor. We'll see what he can do this year with a healthy Burrow, but this division's tough. I don't see them winning 7 games at all. I think they're going to go under. I think they're a fantasy team. They're T. Higgins, Jamar Chase have nice years. Boyd out of the slot. Burrow throws a bunch of passes this year and puts up QB1 numbers. But in terms of winning games, sorry. Not me. I'm under 5.
They sell tickets.
They're the AFC Cardinals.
Yep.
That's how I kind of see them.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna.
I don't think they're as good as the Cardinals, but
they're gonna feast in garbage time. Holy shit!
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where they're gonna make the money.
Perg, I agree with you. I think the bet is under. The division's just too tough. The AFC as a whole is just way too deep for this team. Defensively, they're a nightmare. Like, I don't see anything on their defense. Nothing.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you with that.
So I can't take 7 wins. I can't take it.
Yeah, we're all under. Mike, are you joining us in an under here, or do you
What's the number?
6.5.
Yeah, under. Fuck that guy.
Under?
Yep.
All right, so it said that we're going 4 unders for the Bengals. On to the AFC South. This is AFC South.
Wait, division picks.
Oh, Jake and Mike, thank you for nailing me for that.
Yeah. So I'm
Ravens.
I'm the Ravens as well.
Browns.
Ravens, Browns. Mike, division pick.
Ravens,
Browns, Ravens. There we go. By the way, in terms of the odds, the Ravens are plus 115 in this division. Brick, you're getting plus 150 for the Cleveland Browns, by the way.
You gonna bet that?
I'm not betting it, but I'm asking Brick.
If anything, Brick, you have the better bet there.
If you like the Browns that much, man, and you don't believe in Lamar, plus 150 for the Browns. I wish I had the balls to bet Pittsburgh, but
what are the Steelers?
Plus 425. I wish I had the balls.
Oh,
man.
That I might take.
That's worth it. I like Baltimore a lot this year. It's tough for me to bet.
I see the Steelers kind of on the same level as the Ravens. Very similar.
I think when they play each other.
Listen, all 3 of those teams are kind of the same level.
All 3 of them.
It just kind of matters who gets hot at the right time.
I think on paper, the Browns definitely have the edge over both.
Oh yeah, but I agree. But I think Baltimore
a lot of times doesn't mean a lot.
I think Baltimore's got a certain culture and pedigree that just I don't know. I like them a lot.
Yeah, the Ravens and the Steelers have 2 of the best cultures in the NFL.
Pittsburgh too. Yep. All right, we'll see. Let's go to the South. We'll start with the Titans, who their over/under's 9. I have some pretty strong feelings with the Titans. Jake, I'll let you start. I'm kind of curious. I could be way off base with how I feel about them, but what do you think this year?
Tannehill, I think this is going to be his best year yet. He's my fantasy quarterback in our league. I think he's going to pop off. I think that their offense is going to be really good. They have, I don't really know their O-line too well, but I'm pretty sure it's all right. They have obviously the best running back in the game in Derrick Henry, one of the best. They have 2 great receivers. They have a tight end that's all right. He can block and do whatever. But the question is what the fuck is good with their defense? Their defense has been really bad the past couple of years, and I don't think it really got that much better. I can't really think of any notable additions that they made.
They lost Clowney.
They lost Clowney, but Clowney wasn't even that good for them last year. And you said that this spread was 9.5, right?
9. So they got to win 10 games.
Okay. I am personally going to take the over, but I'm not confident about it at all. I think that they can get it done because of their offense, and also their division is not that good at all. The Texans, hell, they could be 0-17 if Watson doesn't play. So that's 2 wins right there. Jags, who knows? I'm not going to talk about all the teams right now, but I think the Titans can get to 10 wins, and I think it's really going to rely upon how Tannehill, if he can stay healthy. Julio has to stay healthy, so I'll probably roll with 10 for the Titans. I'll take the over.
Brick, what do we think of Tennessee this year?
I like them a lot. They won 11 games last year. They won 11 games last year. I think Julio's going to help them. They're going to run the ball. I'm going to go over 9 wins. 9 wins seems really low.
Yeah.
Wait, it was 9? I thought it was 10.
They got it 9, 10 to win the bet. It's over under.
And the division is really weak. The Jags stink. The Texans stink. I think the Colts took a step back. So I'm going over. I think they dominate the division.
All right, Mike, you on that same wavelength, or you want
to? Yeah. The only thing I really have to say, I mean, I think if you're relying on Tannehill, that's not great. It's not really. I feel like he had a chance on the Dolphins to actually stand out, and he didn't really do such a thing. But I do agree with
your boy, though. He beat your boy.
Brady?
Playoffs, yeah.
That's
called a fluke. He ended the Brady career in New England. So don't sleep on my guy.
All right, so did Eli Manning, but he still has the rings. It doesn't matter. Rouse, what the hell was I going to say?
Relying on Tannehill.
Relying on Tannehill, yeah. Not the greatest maneuver, but they do have a great run game. And then Brick was saying that Julio is going to spread the field, and that does concur. But, I mean, I don't trust his arm very well. It's like there's a wide receiver or something.
He's put up really good numbers in Tennessee.
He must have
to be 11 last year. He must have done all right, but I mean, I don't know. I still say over though. 9 wins is low.
Yeah. I wholeheartedly disagree with you guys. I really do. I don't know what it is. I think this Arthur Smith guy had something with this team, and I don't know how. Listen, Tannehill was a Gase. He left. He was sick. I get that. But this Arthur Smith guy ran a really good offense, and their defense sucks. If that offense takes a step back, like they can lose a bunch of games 35-24. Like it could be a lot of that. I think 9 is a pretty high number for them to win 10 games this year. Well, 9 over under 10 being to win the bet. I like the Colts. I think the Jaguars are going to be decent with Meyer and Lawrence. Texans obviously suck, but they're going to be playing a first place schedule regardless of Titans, even they get 2 games against Texans. But I still lean under pretty strongly. I think.
How do you How do you feel about the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars?
I think the Jaguars. Talk about them. I think the Jaguars are. I won't give my.
I understand, but they're 50% of the division, and they
4 games.
Pretty shitty last year.
Completely understand, but I think that
that's 4 games. Like I don't know.
I think
8 is completely in the ballpark.
Yeah, I get that, but I think the Titans
out of the division, you get to 10.
I think the Titans are very. Listen, I like Vrabel as a personality. So chop his dick off to win a Super Bowl. I'm all for that shit. But I think as a coach, in terms of game planning and scheming, there's something missing there. And as a defensive guy, with the lack of talent they have, you can reasonably expect their defense to still blow.
Did they change their coaching?
Huh?
Did they change their coaching?
They changed their offensive coordinator. Let me finish what I'm saying because I'm going to get to that literally right this second. So, as I was saying with the defense, with Vrabel, he doesn't add anything to the defense. Like their defense.
You're talking about Mike Vrabel?
Yes, Mike Vrabel. He doesn't make
He's a rah-rah guy.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't make their talent play better. Like they still suck on defense. I don't think their defense is going to improve, especially with Clowney on. Then you look at the offense. Arthur Smith, I think Tannehill really needs a system that works for him. I think he's good, but he needs a system that works for him. And clearly, Arthur Smith's system worked for him. He's gone. He's in Atlanta. Like, what's going to happen now? I get they got Julio, but you need a quarterback to deliver the ball. And if they can't get guys open schematically, I don't see Tannehill running around and getting guys open.
I think that was more Derrick Henry than anything. I mean, they're going to pound the rock. That's how they get open in the passing game is Derrick Henry.
That is true. But
they run that same system as Shanahan. It's the same system.
They did, but now Smith is gone. Where are they going to go now? They can't run what Smith had in his playbook. It could change. All I'm saying is that I think that there are enough changes to their offense where if their offense isn't as their optimal performance like it was last year, if it's not up to that task, then their defense is going to hurt them even more. And I don't think 10 wins is in the cards as the case. I'm not saying they can't get there.
Ryan Tannehill or Carson Wentz?
If Wentz is healthy, give me Carson Wentz. Not even a question. Oh, really? Not even a question. If Wentz is healthy, I'm taking Carson Wentz. But I think that with what's going on right now in terms of their lack of defense and I think Arthur Smith's a pretty big question to their offense. I've seen coordinators leave teams and teams fall apart. Frank Reich, Exhibit A, and now he's in Indianapolis. Like I've seen it happen to teams where you lose a coordinator and it just kind of falls apart. Doesn't happen when Andy Reid's the head coach, with Mike Vrabel's the head coach. Things could change. I mean, we'll see. I don't think that they're going to win this division. I got them under 9. The team that I have going over their number is the one that we're going to talk about right now. He'll be back. Is the Colts. Whether it's Wentz or Eason or whoever the hell it may be, their defense is good. I love their coach. I fucking love Frank Reich. I think he's a great coach. They're going to be able to run the ball. Their offensive line is all world elite. They got a couple of weapons with Pittman and with Hilton. I let the Colts win a division over 9. Indy's my pick. Rick, when it comes to Indy, being that you look the Titans, as all you guys do actually, so I'm curious what all you guys have to say.
I have the Titans dominating this division. I think Wentz is a huge step back at quarterback, even from Rivers.
What do you mean even from Rivers? Rivers is a stud.
Oh no, your bias is showing.
I just didn't see anything from him in Philly he had that one year where he was the MVP, but
guess who his offensive coordinator was when he had that year?
It was Reich.
Franklin Reich. So I think there's a chance if he's healthy to have a big year for Wentz.
Who's their backup? It's Eason.
I feel like Brissett is still there too, but I'm not sure, to be honest.
Nah, Brissett is he's definitely somewhere else.
But yeah, Reich, a former quarterback, granted he was mostly a backup, but he clearly has a knack for these QBs. Brissett, Rivers, I think Wentz he'll bring back and he'll be fun.
So they won 11 games last year, and I think they downgraded a quarterback. So this is going to be my first push. I think the Titans can win 11 or 12. And I have the Colts right around 9, like 8-9, 500 team. They got a solid roster. They got solid defensive players, a good O-line, but I just can't trust Wentz. I can't push for me.
All right. Jay, Carson Wentz the MVP season not too long ago. What are the chances he gets back to that? And if he doesn't get back to that, can the Colts overcome that? Like, let's say Wentz is just like a top, I don't know, he's a quarterback 18 in football. Can they still win 10 games?
Type.
Yeah, let's say he's like that. Doesn't turn it over too much. He's got some flashy plays, but in the end, he's like QB 16, QB 18, something like that. Can they win 10 games? I still think they can, which is why I like the over if he's not the vintage Carson Wentz.
I mean, I think he's going to have a pretty good season. I think he will be serviceable for them. I don't think he's really going to be the issue. I'm going to be honest, Jonathan Taylor is solid. I'm not sold on their receivers at all. I'm really not. Michael Pittman is all right. T.Y. Hilton is old. And then who else? I don't even know who else they have. Zach Pascal, that dude is not that good. They're going to be relying a lot on their running backs. And yeah, they have a good O-line, but they could get worn down a little bit. And you said it was 9.5.
9.
I see this team at 9. Listen, I'm kind of with Brick here. I like the push. I think they literally are a 9-win team. They're going to be fighting for that wild card just like last year. And if they can get into the playoffs, that is when Carson Wentz, if he's healthy at the time, that's another thing. Carson Wentz, he ain't always going to be healthy. And I don't think Jacob Eason or Sam Erlinger hook him. But I don't think that.
I think he broke his leg, actually.
Oh, he did? Well, horns down for that. But still, I mean, I like the Colts. If everything goes right, they're going to be right in the fight for the wild card. But I'll give them benefit of the doubt. I'll give them 9.
I agree with what you said about the receivers. No doubt about it. I think they don't have a lot of depth at receiver, but
they're young. They have 2 good young guys they drafted early, second rounders, back-to-back years. They got the old vet, and that's about it. They don't really got a great tight ends. Running backs are pretty good, but a lot of question marks on that offense. Defense is fine. I think they're going to be a 8 to 10 win team, which is
all right,
just fine. But
Mike, where are we on Indianapolis?
Where's the number? I forgot the number.
It is at 9 for the over/under. I mean,
So
I don't want to say it all depends on Wentz, but
I've been trying to figure out their quarterback situation because I think it does actually depend all on that based on what I've seen. It says O on ESPN. It says he's out.
He's hurt right now. Yeah.
I think
so. Now you have Jacob Eason in. What the hell that guy is?
Sure
I mean, Wentz is out because he's on the COVID list, but he'll be back.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure he's sacked for week 1. I don't think it matters. I think if Wentz the game, if he's just okay, I think they can still win over 9 games. Do you agree with that, or do you think he's got to be a stud for them to bust?
11-5, and I'm not really sure how their passing game is. Their receivers, I'm really not sure. I don't think
Rivers was a stud. I'm not asking him to live up to Philip Rivers.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, who is he throwing the ball to?
No one that good. A lot
of great receivers
and old guys.
He didn't have great receivers in Philly. He had Alshon Jeffrey and a bunch of meh. Zach Ertz, who was good at the time, but I mean, I feel like
it was more than he's got now.
I guess I'm gonna go push. I'm gonna say they'll get 9.
So all 3 of you went push.
Wait, they went push?
Yes.
Push.
All right, fuck it. I go under.
3 guys go. All right, we have 2 guys going 9, going 9 and 1 under, and then 1 pretty ferociously over, and that is me. I think they're going to win this division. All right, Jaguars 6.5. Now I like the Jaguars coming into this, but I don't know how I feel about this number. Jake, when it comes to the Jaguars, I like the weapons they have between Robinson, Marvin Jones, DJ Chark, Laviska Shenault. And the upside with the Lawrence and Urban Meyer being the coach, I think that there's something there offensively for the Jaguars. Their defense obviously is going to be underperforming because they're just not a good defense. But I was hoping for like a 5. Like I didn't think they were going to go. Do we 7-10? Don't you think if Lawrence goes 7-10, we're going to be like dark horse MVP next year? Like, isn't that going to be the rumor? Like in July, like, oh, Lawrence 80-1 MVP. Isn't it going to be something like that if they wind up winning 7 games?
Listen, Lawrence, no question, best college quarterback prospect since Luck. And what did Luck do his first year in the league? Took the Colts to the playoffs. I'm not saying that's going to happen because I'm going to take them at the under here, because I think their defense is too young. Literally from that defense they had a couple years back that was really good. From that defense, they have 1 guy left, which is ridiculous. So they have a lot of unproven talent, young talent on that defensive side. You said the weapons, I like them a lot. They lost ETN, which sucks. Their O-line is unproven, young. I don't really know much about it. But I think they're kind of like the Jets to me, where if their spread was like 5.5, 5, I would take the over in it. But 6.5 is a pretty big ask for a rookie QB and a rookie coach. So I'm going to go with the under on that.
All right. Yeah, I'm leaning that way, but I'm not sold on it. Mike, 6.5, you were saying 17 games. I get that, but 7-10, that still feels like that scenario where we go in the next year and we're like the Jaguars are the next, I don't know, like the Cardinals when Kyler had his first year. Then we're like, oh, Arizona.
I'm not a big fan of rookie quarterbacks, to be honest. I'm never too excited about them.
But this one, this is a different. This is
apparently
apparently Peyton Manning's
long hair is a different breed.
This is Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck.
Basically. This is who it is. It's Andrew Luck, because I'm, as far as I'm concerned, there's only
I love Andrew Luck.
Yes, I also love Andrew Luck, and you can't just copy Andrew Luck.
Yeah, but he's just the best since Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
Keep going. Doesn't mean he will be Andrew Luck, just in terms of scouts saw in him. He's the best since Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was a certified.
I don't like it. I think his division is it's not tough, but it's, I don't know. There's the Titans or the Colts who have been debated, but they're getting around 10 apiece, and that's a lot of games. Houston Texans, I don't like them. But for a rookie quarterback. I'm just gonna say no to 6.5. Nah.
All right, under. Jake went under. Brick, what do we think of the Jacksonville Jaguars this year? New coach, new quarterback.
Rouse, you nailed it on the head, dude. They're the Jets. Everything's a question mark. Did Urban Meyer ever coach in the NFL?
No, he's strictly college.
Yeah, I don't know about him. I don't know what I think about him. I don't think it's gonna
not
matter.
Been that good out of training camp.
No.
I mean, the first 2 games are tough.
Whoa. How can someone determine if Urban Meyer is a good coach based on?
Listen, you know how much spec people have. It's most of it's bullshit anyway, but just like for some of the games, like listen, against the Cowboys, the last preseason game, Trevor looked great. The first 2, the offense looked a little stale. So listen, to me, question marks. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
Every game is no gimme for them. I mean, they're every week is just going to be a challenge. They're so young. I don't see anything, jumping out at me on their roster. Their defense, I can't bet them to win 7 games. I just can't.
Yeah. It's kind of where I lean, honestly. I think 6, like to ask them to go 7-10. It's not a good record, obviously, but like they were pretty much the worst team in football last year, besides maybe one team. I mean,
yeah,
it's a tough ask. I get it. I lean. Oh man, my gut's telling me over because I really don't like the Titans this year, but yeah, I'm gonna go over for the Jaguars. I think they find a way to get 7 wins. I don't think the Titans are that good. I think India wins the division. I think Jacksonville in this division are going to be able to pick up 1 against Tennessee. And then from the rest of the schedule, they'll find 6 more. I'm going to go over. I think Lawrence will have the year that he needs. Give me the Jags over 6.5. All right. So 3 unders and over. We're going to the last team who is, if it ain't the Lions, it's these losers. It's the Texans.
I don't even think we need to have a discussion about this, to be honest.
Well, what do we think? Is it Tyrod Taylor? Or can he get 5 wins or no? It's just no chance.
It's 5. Oh, my God. Can we just go to division picks? They might go 0-17, dude.
All right, so
I don't care.
On the Texans. I agree. I don't see how the hell they win 5 games.
They stink. Unless Deshaun Watson somehow plays by a miracle, they stink.
Yeah,
well, but what's going to happen? Is he going to Miami, by the way? Is that like a thing? I heard that a couple days ago.
He's rumored to go there. Nothing's official, but I have no idea. I mean, listen, all it takes, if he's put on the commissioner exempt list, he's done for the whole year.
Yeah, he's fucked.
So I think there's really no point of discussing the Texans. They're going to be an under without him. If with him, they're going to be an easy over. So there's really no point in even trying to argue.
And he won't be back till before the season already starts already, so it won't even matter. All right, so we're all going under with Houston. Division winners. It sounds like
whoa.
What do you got?
You said all of us were going under.
You're going over on God. Who the hell's their coach? The offensive line guy?
Let me just give my reason as to why I'm going over before you just glance over me. One reason.
Kidding me?
We have like the Lions and Lions, the Jets. Who else do we got? Lions, Jets. I feel like Bengals,
Jaguars.
We have a shit ton of teams that are getting 2, 3, 4 wins apiece. Like
I know.
I don't think
the Lions going under 4.5, they can still win 4 games. The Bengals going under 6.5, they can still win 6
All
games.
I'm saying is usually in the NFL, you don't have 5 teams that get under 5 wins. That doesn't typically happen.
You do.
All right, whatever.
Then
I bet against that happening, and then the fucking Texans
are usually the draft like pick 4 went like 4-12, 3-13.
Look, all I'm saying is that we have a lot of teams that aren't supposed to get a pretty low amount of wins, and I feel like this is the team that might get a little bit higher.
I think if Watson plays, absolutely.
Texas.
Oh, if Watson plays, who knows? They could even win the division. Like he
That is pretty bold. You went from Watson's getting
I don't know about that.
But Watson's got like 78 different fucking gold diggers. Like, he 49 did whatever to me, which I don't believe it honestly. But
all those stories
on a podcast, but I just don't, because I think that if they did, I don't know why they waited until he signed the shiny new contract. I've seen some stories. I don't know. I want to see until the evidence comes out. Innocent until proven guilty. We live in America. So, regardless, he's not playing. So, we're going to go to the AFC West. We're going under and 1 over on the Texans.
Division picks.
Division picks. I'm going Indianapolis, and that Indianapolis pick is at plus 150, which I wish I could get better. Titans are minus 110. Jags are plus 650. Texans are plus 2,500, so 25 to 1. I feel like you can only really go with the Titans and the Colts here. And it sounds like you guys are going to go with Titans. So it's something that's going to be no bets for you guys.
Yeah, no bet. Titans.
No bet. Titans.
No bet. Titans. And, well, if there's an innocent Deshaun Watson, then 25 to 1 sounds pretty good.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, but guess what? I don't need to throw my money away for that slim chance. I'd rather hit a fucking 5-leg parlay on a goddamn Sunday than throw money on that.
Yep. All right. So let's go to the AFC West. Sounds like we're rolling the Titans and then 1 Colt, which is me. AFC West. We'll start with Kansas City. They are getting 12.5. They are the highest over/under total in the NFL. 12.5 games. I'm going over. 13. They're going to lose 5 games this season. Are you crazy? I don't think so. They'll lose 2 to the Chargers, and then after that, they'll probably win out. So 15-2. What do you guys think?
Over. They're like Tampa. I feel like every year it's like when you go into the season, it's the 2 Super Bowl champs, but that's just kind of how it feels this year. Chiefs, Bucks, they're going to roll.
Yeah, I don't see who knocks them off, man. I think they're just nasty. 12.5 games. Like, if they go under that number, that means they lost 5 games this year. Good luck finding 5 losses on their goddamn schedule. Good luck. I don't see it. I'm over the number. And I hate them with a passion, but Mahomes, Kelsey, Hill.
And they could have a sick run game this year, which they've never really had.
They added Joe Tooney. They added
They beefed up that old line so much.
They beefed it up, and Edwards-Helaire is a stud.
Chiefs all over.
Yep, it sounds like it right now.
Yeah, the Chiefs actually could maybe go 17-0. I doubt they will, but they really could.
They do play the Chargers twice. That would mean
they do. But regardless, if they can avoid the injuries, they really could go freaking 17-0.
Yeah, they're nasty. I'm not gonna debate that. They're sick. Their defense isn't even that bad. Their defense.
Their first couple games out of the jump though is kind of tough. They get to see the Browns, Ravens, Chargers, and Bills 4 out of the first 5 games.
That's actually a really tough start. Browns and Chargers are both formidable and up and coming, and then you get
but the good thing for them though is that they get the Chargers, Bills, and Browns all at Arrowhead. But they do have to go to Baltimore, which they definitely could lose.
Yeah, last time they went there, they beat them by about 30. I feel like
they get the Pack. They got some interesting games here, but at the end of the day, they're the fucking Chiefs. I mean,
they'll roll.
I love them. The over is easy. So,
all right. So we're all going Chiefs over. All right. Now it's my team, the Chargers. I'm curious what you guys think.
What's the number?
It's 9.5. It doesn't seem too bad, but 10-7 is a tough ass for a second-year quarterback, which I get. But yeah, I'm kind of curious. So, Brick, when it comes to the Chargers this year, the division looks pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie. Denver looks like they're pretty good, especially with Bridgewater and Zeta Lock. The Raiders suck, but like they're like that weird suck where they'll grind out like 6 or 7 wins, and they'll be like games against like tough teams. They'll make it difficult, but
they're inconsistent, but they'll be up and down.
Yeah. So when it comes to the Chargers, though, where do they fit into this AFC right now. Like, because there's a lot of good teams, but like I can see them if they make the leap. I can see them being there right there with the Chiefs. But if they don't, I can see them, being closer to the Titans and the Jaguars, or I guess the Colts and the Jaguars. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know about this coaching hire they made. What's the guy's name?
Brandon Staley, which I actually like the hire from what I hear.
From the Rams, right?
Yeah, from the Rams.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, listen, you look at their roster, and they are stacked. They have players everywhere. They lost, I think, Melvin Ingram, or did they bring him back?
Pittsburgh. We have a guy behind him who's going to make the Pro Bowl.
Who is that?
Oh, yeah. Uchenna Nwosu, get the fuck ready, man. He's been an animal for us these past couple of years from USC, I think it is.
All right.
But no, he's a nasty pass. That's why we let him go. We didn't need Ingram. We're like, peace, dude. We got Uchenna Nwosu. We'll be fine. We got depth on the line too. We'll be good down there. That's not.
He was old anyway. That was smart for you guys.
9.5 feels exactly on the number for them. Like, they're not beating the Chiefs, obviously, but they're ahead of both the other teams. And in a tough AFC, how they stack up against the Colts, I think they're right there with the Colts. I think they're right there with the Steelers and the Ravens even. I'm not that high on the Ravens, obviously. 9.5 feels kind of right on the number. I'll lean under. I'll say 9.
All right.
8.
So, Jake, the Chargers this year.
I mean, listen, I love the QB. I love their running back. They're Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, both good players. The line, did you guys improve the line at all? I don't really know.
Oh, yeah. Corey Linsley, Matt Filer. We got a few guys that are going to help.
Okay, yeah. Linsley, I know, is good.
In the first round.
And then, obviously, your defense has been good for the past couple of years. You're getting Derwin James back, who easily could become the best safety in this league. He's a stud, certified, no question. Listen, you know how the Chargers are, Mike. They have a history of blowing games in the fourth quarter. And listen, Brick brought up the coach. I like the coach. I personally think you should have went double. I think he would have been the better option. But I like the coach. I think he was a good hire. If we didn't get Salah, he was a guy I was definitely looking at. But listen, the Chargers, they're going to be 8 to 10 wins. I think they should get that 7 spot in the wild card. I think they'll be right there with it, fighting off teams like the Colts,
they'll be fighting.
Dolphins, the Pats. So I am probably going to say, man, I wish this shit was 9. I would just give them a push, but 9.5 makes it interesting. I'm going to go with the over with 10. I'll give them that extra game.
All right. Mike, where are we with the Chargers this year? Are they just going to suck, or is this a year to take a leap? I got my own opinions, obviously.
I don't think it's a leap. So if you're giving me suck or leap, I'm going to go suck under.
All right. That's fun. I actually do think 9.5 is a tough number. I'm going to bet them 40 to 1, I think it is, to win a Super Bowl, just because that's what I'm going to fucking do. 30 to 1, which is honestly a little lower than I thought. But no, I think one thing about this team right now is that it kills me to say it because I loved our previous quarterback. But when you have a guy that can move in the pocket and extend plays, it changes the game. You don't have to be scripted. It can always be like, oh, he rolled out, he found it's not about this play has to get X, Y, and Z open. It's about, if it's not there, can our quarterback
scrambling for hope for the Chargers?
And a lot of the issues with our offense was with Rivers, which it kills me because our offensive line wasn't good for his last few years because between injuries and just not signing the right guys, we weren't able to protect them. But regardless, when the play broke down, we had to have that perfect 10-play drive. If we didn't have it, and that 2nd and 4 hit or that 3rd and 8 hit, and we got sacked, it was just over because it was a 10-yard sack. He wasn't stepping up. He was dead. Now we have a guy that can extend those plays, and those extra added plays that he creates is going to help our offense. When you combine that with the coach, who I really like, I think Brandon Staley is going to be good. I think a defensive-minded coach helps our quarterback, and I've heard a lot of people talk about this, which I honestly think makes sense, is how when you get a defensive coordinator or a defensive-minded coach in the film room or the quarterback, the perspective that quarterback gains on how to judge defenses and how to read the coverages and the blitzes and whatever, it's a new type of thing that can help, especially a guy like Herbert who's a friggin' genius apparently.
Yeah, he's getting the other side.
Exactly. It gives them a better how to read what the defense is showing them. Like, oh, that disguise right there that they're showing you, I know where that's going to develop to. I know what this is going to do. I know what that's going to do. I've seen this. I run this in my own defense, whatever it is. There's a different sort of perspective where you look at the quarterbacks. A lot of them have defensive-minded head coaches, which I think matters. I think that there's a trend there where the offensive guy maybe isn't what we need. We tried Anthony Lynn. We tried Mike McCoy. We tried North Turner. They all blew cock. So you know what? Fuck them. Let's go a different direction. It only took Tom Telesco 10 years to figure that out, but whatever.
The under, aren't you?
No, I'm over because I love the defense, which I was going to get to. I think our defense is going to be absolutely amazing. Derwin James is back. Bosa's fully healthy. I love the defensive line. Our issue was our linebackers. That's not going to be a problem this year with Kenneth Murray coming in. We got a few other guys there. I love our linebacking core. Secondary should be decent. We lost Casey Hayward, but he was getting old anyway. I think we cut him actually because he just kind of fell off the map last year. Desmond King, we traded. He fell off after that 1 year he had, but Chris Harris is there. We have guys, man. We have players on defense, and I think our offense is going to be good. I think Herbert's going to be better for what we're giving him with our coaching staff, and our offensive line is finally should be decent to above average.
That was a big upgrade for them.
Yeah, we should go over this number. We really should. We should be a 10-11 win team. I wouldn't be shocked if we win 8 games and we just fucking find a way to shoot ourselves in the foot. But in all honesty, we should be over 9.5. This team is more than good enough to win 10, 11 games and make the playoffs. It is, especially if Herbert does what he did last year. Shouldn't be a problem, but we'll see what happens. I'm going over. You three are going under because you're all dicks.
Hey! I said over.
Yeah, Jake said over.
I said over.
You said 9. Whatever. Jake's not a dick. You two are dicks, but whatever. Broncos now. Another team I like. I like the move to Bridgewater. Fant, Sutton, Judy, Tim Patrick, KJ Hamler, Williams in the backfield with Melvin Gordon. Defense should be decent. They have Von Miller. That'll always help.
Bradley Chubb.
Those two pass rushers, that might be the best duo in football. I like Fangio. People give him some shit.
Wait, what's the number before you keep on going?
8.5, I have.
It's 8.5. Yeah, I think 9 and 8. I think I lean over, even with the Chiefs and the Chargers going over. I think the Broncos can get to 10 wins. I really do. They only got to get to 9, but I think they can get to 10. And that's someone that doesn't like the Broncos. I think that without Drew Lock there and someone that can take care of the football and get the ball to certain receivers, with the coach they have that can run that defense, I think that there's definitely some upside for Denver to break this number. Jake, what do you think here? 8.5 seems high, but I like it. I think they should go over.
All right, so I'm going to take the under here, but I think what the Broncos are going to do this year, like you said, Teddy B, I think is definitely their better option over Locke. I think Locke has enough potential, but they got a good roster. They might as well have the experienced veteran, sure-handed guy, and Teddy Bridgewater come in. But honestly, the way I view this season for the Broncos, you're not going to like to hear this as a Charger fan, but this season, they're going to show that they're a good, competent team. And guess who they're getting for next year? Aaron fucking Rodgers. And they're going to fucking be loaded next year. That's this season. They should not give a shit about winning. They should care about setting up the culture, showing Rodgers that they can.
Well, they got John Elway. They got plenty.
They got Elway. They've already done it. They brought in Peyton in the past. Rodgers knows that. He's not stupid. He wants to leave after this year. I think they'll go 8 games. They'll win maybe 9. This is tough. I'm going to lean under because the Chargers and Chiefs are good this year. But this year for them is setting them up to get Aaron Rodgers. And then the AFC is going to be fucking insane.
All right, Mike, what do you think this year for Denver?
Can I get the number again?
8.5 for the Denver Broncos.
8.5. Let me just take a peek. Yeah, I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go over for the Broncos. I think they have a good defense this year, and that's the reason why. That's it. They went 5-11 last year. I think they completely turned it around. They're a different ball team with Bridgewater and a defense. Broncos over.
Correct. Where are we on the Broncos this year?
Jake, that was a phenomenal take on Aaron Rodgers. I think you might be right there. Can you bet where Aaron's going next year?
I mean,
there's definitely a Vegas spot that has it. Not in the street books, but
I mean, during this summer, the Broncos, I'm pretty sure, were the favorite at one point for him to get traded.
There was that draft day report, I remember, like right before the draft, where they were going to trade.
I was shitting my pants. I thought it was going to happen in April. I think it's going to happen. I think he's going to wind up there. If not there, then he'll go to Vegas, but whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, I don't need to go. I already just went into it, so.
Yeah, I like what Peter said. I think their defense is really, really good, and they got a quarterback that won't kill you. I don't know how far he can go, but he's not going to kill you. 8.5, again, kind of like the Chargers, feels right on the number. I'll lean under, but
there's another 50-50.
I could definitely see 9 and 8. I could definitely see it. Obviously a no bet.
Yeah, I'm with you with that. It's a no bet. All right, last team of this entire show. It's the Raiders. They're at 7. That seems just perfect. I have no feeling either way. I like Gruden. I don't like their quarterback. I like some of their weapons. I don't like their defense. 7 and 10 kind of sounds like their record for me. I don't know what the hell I think. Mike, what do you think over there?
They were 8 last year. I don't think they've improved at all. I think they're going to go 500 again. Well, actually, they can't.
You can't. Number.
But 8.
They go 500. That means they're
8 and 9
over.
then. 8 and 9.
So over.
So Mike's over. All right, Jake. What do you think here with the?
Listen, I know too much about the Raiders as I should. I should not know a lot about them, but I do because for whatever fucking reason, at least 4 or 5 of my cousins are Raider fans. Don't understand why, but they are. And listen, John Gruden is not a good coach. Mike Mayock is a shitty GM. They are both in the wrong decade, or they should not be in positions of power for a team. I think Derek Carr has been one of the more underrated QBs. He's been solid every year. He had that one year where he really could have been the MVP if he didn't get hurt. He was having that type of year. But at the end of the day, their offensive line, they lost 4 starters. Their receivers are nothing special. Their running backs are all right. Their defense is nothing special. I see him at 6 and 11. So I'm going to go under. And they're going to completely flip the franchise around to really get established in Vegas for year 2 with fans.
Do they fire Gruden?
I think they have to. They got to buy him out.
10-year contract.
I know. I mean, I think they probably will. If they're more likely to fire Mayock than Gruden.
I agree.
Obviously, the Raider franchise loves Gruden. The owner loves him. I can see him sticking it out with him, but I feel like if they don't do anything this year, which I don't think they will, it's not really Derek Carr's fault because he's in a great division. But at the end of the day, they're going to blame it on him. They're going to get rid of him. They're going to get rid of Mayock, and they're just going to rewrite the ship and probably try and go for Rodgers just like the Broncos.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going under too. This team is like the Falcons to me. They're just irrelevant. It's like they'll have some pretty impressive wins. They'll have some head-scratching losses, but they're a 6-7 win team. That's about it. I'll go under.
I agree with what both you guys said. Especially you, Brick. I think they're just an irrelevant team. They're just gonna, well, that's what
There'll be some weeks where they beat a team and you're like, wow, how the hell did they beat them? And then they'll lose to the Jets.
Baltimore. Ugh, how they lose to Houston? Like it'll be like that.
Yeah, they beat the fucking Chiefs last year somehow.
Yeah. So am I the only over on the Raiders?
By like 20. What happened?
Am I the only over on the Raiders?
Yes. So for the AFC West winner, are we all going Chiefs?
Chiefs.
I mean, the real question is, are you going Chiefs? Because you know where us three are going.
I have to go Chiefs, but I mean,
listen, you have to go Chiefs, but you can make your.
I'm taking the Chiefs, but I'm telling you right now, dude. If it all clicks, we can catch these motherfuckers. I'm telling you right now, we can beat them. We play them tough. Our defense always plays Mahomes tough.
And a better shot with Rivers.
I agree because Rivers was a dog. I don't know if Herbert got that dog in him. We're gonna find out. Believe me.
Yeah, he's still young, so it's fine. He still has time to be that dog.
I see it, man. I can see it happening. Super Bowl, they got there last year. I think that after 2 years.
This man just say Super Bowl?
No. Yes. I was talking about the Chiefs.
Vodka lemonades are hitting nice.
No, I was talking about the Chiefs getting there 2 years in a row. What I'm saying is that Super Bowl hangover after being there 2 years in a row. Chargers are hungry.
Super Bowl hangover?
I can
even that. You get enough,
especially when you've been there 2 years in a row.
Brady has not.
No, Brady did
a Super Bowl hangover. He just keeps winning them.
Yeah, no, Brady's a psycho. Brady's not even human. This is ridiculous.
Brady just keeps winning. I mean, granted, he'll win maybe every other year, but I mean, it was never.
By the time he's 50, he'll have 10 rings. Look, all I'm saying is that we have the talent, we have the upside. For the sake of this shit, but let me tell you something right now. If the Chargers win 15 games this year, just know I knew it was happening. All right, so we're all taking the Chiefs. So for the AFC conference, for the AFC conference championship, what's it gonna be? I'll start with you, Mike. What do you think?
You're gonna start with me? I guess it's Titans fucking Chiefs.
And the Chiefs move on, I'm guessing they're going for a third year in a row?
Yeah. I don't see anyone in the division beating them.
Let's go to Jake. What do you think here for the conference championship? Who's getting to the Super Bowl? Don't forget, we did have a video. Well, never mind. Just go, Jake. Just go.
Yeah, so the Chiefs are definitely going to be the representative of one team. And then the other team, I'm kind of torn between the Ravens and the Bills. But as a Jets fan, I'll give the nod to the Ravens. And then I'm going Chiefs in the Super Bowl 3 years in a row. I don't care about no damn hangover. Mahomes is different. The man is a beast. Tyreek Hill is a beast. I don't even need to go on anymore. They're a fucking stud team. Give me the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm going with a repeat of last year. Chiefs, Bills. I think it'll be closer this year, but the Chiefs will win. And then I got a repeat of the Super Bowl.
All right. That's what you guys got?
Yeah, Chiefs, Packers.
Chiefs, Packers. For the Super Bowl, I guess it is. Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers to get through. I think we get a wild card.
Vodka be talking hard right now. God damn.
Listen, we're gonna get a wild card spot. That's fine. We're gonna get to the playoffs, and what's gonna happen is we're gonna get on one of those runs, and Kansas City's gonna get the conference championship game, and they're gonna run into us. And Herbert's gonna be playing his best football. Our defense in the cold weather. I know we're from LA, but you know what? Defense travels in the cold. And we're gonna go into Arrowhead, and we're gonna kick some fucking ass because that's what we do every time we play Mahomes. We lock him down.
Who are you playing in the championship game?
Let me tell you something, dude. Go look at the numbers. Besides the week 1 of his first fucking game, we have fucking locked his ass down. We know how to stop them. He's only getting better. Derwin James is back, and our offense is going to be able to pop. Let me tell you right now, we'll see them in the conference championship, and we're going to kick their fucking ass. And then we're going to go beat
Russell Wilson. 35 like it's nothing on you every time.
Really? Go look it up.
I am.
We lost 24-17, and we won 28-29. 2 games in my head. And then we also lost the game like 10-9 when everyone benched their guys. And then
all right, not football related, but Anthony Rizzo, Jack.
Fuck him.
1-0 Yanks.
That suck. But I'm telling you right now that we play him hard. And our offense is going to be sick. So that's how we'll end it.
Who is the team playing the Chargers for you in the AFC Championship?
Chiefs. We're going to keep the rest.
Oh, you're going to go Chiefs. Okay.
We'll be a 5 seed. We'll win. One of the other wildcard teams will win. We'll see them in the conference championship. We'll beat them in the round. We'll play in the Super Bowl, and we'll win whoever the hell we verse.
Gotcha.
All right. That's how we're going to end it. Thank you all for listening. Subscribe to our YouTube page. It is called The Mics. I am Mike. Michael's iPhone is also Mike. These two will be seeing a lot of throughout the football season. We'll also bring every week when that season starts, I promise. Because we get winners is what we do, except for the last 4 weeks, but that's whatever. All right, that's pretty much it. All right, see you guys soon.